Welcome to Microsoft Office Review, Word Document Setup Basics 1. Setting up your Word document before you begin creating will help ensure a uniform and professional look to your document. Nothing says mediocre more than a document with inconsistent fonts, styles, margins, and page breaks. Let's begin. First, let's look at a sample real-life document from Carson-Newman University. This is a guide sent to all professors letting them know of policies and expectations for digital learning. We see a cover page or a booklet page, blank pages that will be the back of sections, an automated table of contents, we see different font styles and paragraph styles, we have a footer, and we have page numbers. Now let's dig right in and see how all of this is done. We begin by starting a new document. The first thing that we'll do is set up page margins and orientation. We find those options under the layout. In the newer versions of Word, margins should already be set up to 1 inch around. In older versions, the default was different. If we're creating a new document and need different margin sizes, you can select from some predefined ones or create a custom margin set. Once you make the changes in your custom margin set, if you find that you're going to use this set regularly, you'll want to change this one to the default by pressing the Set as Default button. Select the OK button to confirm that you're done. Next, we want to check our orientation. Your page orientation comes in two different ways, portrait and landscape. If this confuses you, think about pictures. Picture portraits are usually up and down, and landscape pictures are usually side to side. This one's already set at portrait, so we'll stay there. Next, we want to set up the default line spacing for this document. We do that under the paragraph group on the home page. You can select the down arrow next to the line spacing icon and select the one you want. But if we select the More Options button in the whole paragraph group, we get just that, more options. And we see that the line spacing right now is set to 1.5 lines. That means every time a new line starts, you get a full line plus another half. If we were setting up for a research paper, a business report, or a lab report, we would want double space lines, so we would change that here. Some business reports in corporations use single line spacing with double spacing between paragraphs. This section here is talking about spacing between paragraphs. A paragraph on a computer is whenever you select the Return or Enter button on the keyboard. That is a computer paragraph. We see that the line spacing in this section means what is after or before that computer paragraph. If you have all one style and don't want any extra spacing between the paragraphs, you can select this box here. We'll leave that selected and we'll delete the extra 8 points. We really don't want any extra space, we just want double spacing between our paragraphs. If this is your normal style that you are going to be using with your paragraphs, again, you can select Set as Default and all of your new documents will have these same settings. Any of these line spacings are set to the same size as your font and your font size. That's the next thing that we're going to make sure that we have changed. Most research papers and business reports use a Times New Roman 12-point font. Microsoft has set up the default font for Word to Calibri 11. Since we will use Times New Roman most often, let's set that as our default. select the font box. If you're unsure of this font, you can scroll down through. If you know the name of your font, you can start typing it here, and the first one with those letters will pop up. We're going to select the Times New Roman, and we want our point size to be 0.12. Font points derive from the original printing press standards. Usually there are 72 points to an inch in common fonts. If you use some of the lesser selected fonts, you'll find that the size points are different. In the next video, we will review how to set up word styles, insert page breaks, section breaks, headers and footers, and insert page numbers.